I think we want to do this and just make sure that the next turn we can go absolutely crazy. And we got a decent value. I mean, yeah, sure. Hello everyone, it's Sloth here, and yes, you are seeing it correct. This is the deck for today, but before you run, first I will make my case, because I think we need to showcase this deck at least once in the standard. First, it's basically the best deck in standard. I think that's a pretty good reason, especially for newer viewers that are just learning the game. I get comments from you sometimes, guys, so, you know, I think this is the kind of deck that you really want to start with in your Magic adventure, because you get to learn, you know, the games, the decks, all this good stuff. And it's pretty simple to play, while it still has some variety. Most of the games will depend on your luck and your draws. That's my opinion, and I think it's pretty justified. However, you have more plays than in Mono Red. You have things like Skrelv, Officer, Training, and, you know, cards like this that enhance other part of the deck. You have also Thalia. Usually you want to play her, but it's mostly against control and mono red decks. In some cases you want to play the Vanguard. You know, there are some small things, so I think you will either learn as a control player, because you probably need to know how to play against this deck and to understand when it loses and when it wins. And also as an aggro player, because I think we will have pretty good games today, like showcasing the deck. So we won't talk too much, we will see everything in action, because on the Fear it's pretty boring deck. You only play this deck to win games. So what is the win rate? Ta-da! It's above 60%, and it lines with the meta stats. It should be around 61%, I think 61.4, something like this, and this is literally the highest win rate that you can get basically in standard right now. So yeah, I mean, let's go into the games, because that's where action is. If you are a control player, you should probably still watch the video to know how aggro works and where hurt it so it doesn't win anymore. So enjoy the games, guys. Don't forget to subscribe. If you want to see any kind of aggro content ever on this channel, hit the subscribe button, so I see that it's worth doing it. But of course we will stay control channel always, but you know, sometimes we can spice it up. Yeah, and you can hit Mythic with this very easy. So let's go into the games, have fun, guys, and let's learn something about the aggro. Alright, so pretty bad draw so far. Let's see how it goes. We don't need so many lands generally, but you know, we will try to make it work. We play our 1-drop into, you know, spam of 5 drops in our aggro deck. Man, honestly, it baffles me, because I'm looking at my aggro opponent just carving out literally every time like they want. And when I play this deck, I don't remember last time when I actually had 1-drop, 2-drop, 3-drop. You know, this will be, but it's not what you want. You want this into Thalia, into Adeline on the play. That's how you do it. No reason to attack, really. So they can turn it into 3-4 and use, you know, get rid of Brutal Cathar, which is probably what they are doing. But if they attack, they cannot race us, and if they don't attack, we just wait, and we still get to draw a new card, you know. So cool. They think they are the aggressor, and I mean, let's show that they are not. Do we go? Yeah, Skrelv is way better. Skrelv is really strong. Bruh, if you want to race, I'm up for it. And I'm not sure if your Beholder will take the pressure, so all of the cards... Wow, so good. Is that Skrelv or Thalia? Skrelv, so this makes sure that Thalia will also get the value. Alright, we have another Thalia, so we can play like this, which is actually really good for us. So we go really wide, and he cannot answer it without a sweeper, and he doesn't seem to be playing sweeper. And this is pretty good, honestly. We can also try to go for Adversary. Adeline is also really good, man. Oh! Up to 2 with 3 or less. Sure. Man, I don't think I understand the card. Oh, right. I can have multiple 3 creatures convoked, so I can get 6 mana out of this. Well, that's pretty good. That's pretty good for a 0 mana card, theoretically. Alright, so I think he really needs a sweeper right now. I don't think he can win otherwise. And he's not killing us in time, because when we scale, like, we can deal 15 damage in one turn easily, and he needs 4 attacks like this. Of course, the Life of Toshiro Misawa is incredibly strong draw for him. And what can you do? Land is really good draw right now. I think this is Adeline. I'm not sure if he has a removal right now. That's something I would love to know. If we play Thalia, we can still convoke the knight, so we will go for it. I think he wants us to play something because he has go for the throat ready. And let's do it again. And now he can answer kill Thalia, but I already got the full value. So he's not really getting much of it. And if we care about Beholder, we can always stop attacking and stop tapping out. And even with Life of Toshiro Misawa, that is literally 3 for 1 in this situation, we are getting ahead. So this will be Adversary for some extra pressure, and probably the Officer. Just so I can start recruiting, maybe. I have this one, I guess. But it's kinda easy to cast, especially if we draw a land from the top. I can go Adversary into Officer. Sacrifice a non-token creature, sure, enjoy. Interesting. So maybe he didn't have like an actual removal. So he can get us to 8, but he's not even killing us on the next turn unless he plays Shrouded, which might be his plan. We'll see. But he needs to... Oh, right, so that's the real plan. However, he needs a lot of stuff. And Thalia is in the board. So let's start providing some pressure for our friend, who thinks that he can just kill us, which is really not nice. Alright, so we attack with this one, right? Let's start the Pain Train. Alright. Also he has like 2 cards in the hand, fully. And with Adversary we can also lifelink on the block. And here's the shortcut, so he has the full package of everything he wanted. We still have some more turns though. Alright, I think this is the moment to start trading. I kinda like Thalia, but maybe she has overstayed her welcome. I think this is the play. We take this little bit of damage. With Adversary we are losing some value, but it's okay. Down to 4. So I could wait 1 turn and try to attack Shrouded. And honestly I can use a Recruitment Officer, right? It's not bad. Or I can just try to go Adeline into Guardian and just go super aggressive. But I think it's better to just get Brutal Cathar. I can even hit another one with the Officer. So I think it should be okay. Like with top deck mode, Mono Black is not as strong without invokes. And it's so great when you don't need to worry about this whole thing. And non-token creature, we definitely answer with this first. Skrelv is really nice overall. So let's go for Skrelv. It cannot block, but it's okay. He will attack with Shrouded and possibly Memory. So I don't think it matters because we will have to sacrifice a lot of creatures, but I will refill very easily. Of course I cannot take this damage because I'm at 2. And I also cannot give him the creature from Brutal Cathar, so, you know, it is what it is. And all depends on his top deck as usual when we play aggro. What will be the 2 creatures? I mean, I think we can just play the whole board and kill him with in 1 turn. Seems pretty decent. He wanted to kill us with aggro. That's horrible, bro. No downside to it, really. And this might be useful to kill him on the next turn. I should count the damage if I really cared, because you know exactly how much you deal. But let's not do it. So no shorted, no life gain, and you have one card to win this game, and it needs to be a removal for Brutal Cathar. Otherwise he's losing, especially with Skrelv from the next turn onwards. So let's see how good at magic he is. It also needs to be targeted. Edict, Liliana, nothing like this works. And my turn. Perfect. We have another one. So we will go with a huge attack probably. Also this gives us lifelink. Alright, I mean that's pretty good. Pretty good. So I can attack for 11. Not enough to kill him yet. Alright, first strike, Adeline. And I mean Guardian with attack because we don't want to analyze probably. If I attack with Skrelv, is it better? Right, so this case he gets dealt 9, 12, enough damage. So he needs a card that removes something just to survive, and we still have the vigilance. So let's see. Did he draw the right thing? I don't think he did. I mean, yeah. We won, yay! Alright, let's go another. Right, we are not good enough to have a 1-drop, but we are good enough to be on the play with Thalia, so... I wonder, this is not a perfect hand. Basically all of this is anti-creature, but fortunately, I never thought I will say it ever, but fortunately we are playing against mono red, so it means that if he wants to kill Thalia with play with fire, that's his full turn. It means he doesn't get the Kumano counter. If he plays a creature with Ossificated or Brutal Cathar, losing the counter permanent. Oh boy, that's such a greedy version, man. And so generally as a gameplay with Aggro, you really want to have Thalia in the board, but she's not the one that, you know, matters. You want something that you know, amplifies the pressure, so they need to kill the next creature. And if you force them to pay the tax like 3 or 4 times, you suddenly become so ahead. I'm not sure if we should be attacking, but I prefer to be aggressive in this kind of situation. Play with fire is an opportunity, but we have Brutal Cathar then. Of course. Of course. We can permanently remove it at any point, so it's okay. We probably don't attack with Thalia on the next turn. Alright. Thalia kinda hurts us right now, doesn't she? So we can go for another Brutal Cathar. If we play this, can we go for the Knight? Not yet, we don't have enough. So we will try to be defensive, because with the Knight we will win the long game. And let's get rid of infantry. And now he needs to answer Thalia, which means that he won't answer Brutal Cathar. You know, they might have 3 play with fires, which is basically the best card for the whole matchup for them. But we're trying to make it hard. Alright, 3 mana. They're really fighting for this infantry, but with Thalia they cannot attack as much as they want to. Yep, you did it. Congratulations. This is interesting. We can just go for this, and I think that's a good play. Let's refill and have a 4/4. That will definitely help a little bit. Yeah, I guess. Recruitment Officer is a nice hit. So this turn can hurt, but the overwhelming tax on everything is making it really awkward for him. And 5/4 is something he cannot easily ignore. This is interesting, because maybe we will be forced to Ossificate it, because it just kills us over time, I guess. (3/1) first striker with double tax is a pretty big deal, man. It's a pretty big deal. Skrelv is not amazing in this kind of matchup. They should definitely not block. That's something I would love to see. So we can go Recruitment Officer if we care and start doing some cool cards. We could also play Skrelv on top of this and Ossificate the Devastator, forcing a lot of pressure on them. Yeah, let's do it. It really helps with the board. I think they might have another Devastator, and it will be even stronger than the previous one. So it's not super perfect, but we need to go a little bit, you know, aggressively. And I can even try to, you know, sacrifice Thalia if I get some good... Yeah, the tax basically doubles the costing cast of their spells, and that's really bad for them. And they cannot really attack, so they try to go by air. As you can see, they are trying just to maximize the damage to my face. I would love to stop drawing Thalias over and over, if I could. That would be great, thank you. However, what can you do? I think this is the play. I need to be kinda aggressive. 11 damage is already... I could go for the Lethal, but the Vanguard is a really good card. We don't want to really trade it. My point is that I hope he double blocks Thalia to get rid of her. Thank you. Because I need to get rid of my 3 Thalias that I just drew from the top. And our opponent is really helping us to get there. Man, literally perfect. Is that Kumano or Swift Spear? Swift Spear is more annoying overall. We have Thalia, so we should be fine with this one. Let's go like this. They're already out, man. So we would get Thalia killed, we would replay Thalia, and probably maybe get the Recruitment Officer. One of the two, we'll see. Alright guys, we are going first. I mean, this one is interesting. Not sure if it's good. And I really don't like slowing myself with the Knight. Oh, I see. So we will go like this. They have Fading Hope already. Very interesting. So they want us to tap the Skrelv, and we won't do it. Yep, Skrelv is here forever until you bounce it. So we will go with the Vanguard now. They might counter it, it's fine. They did not. And we still are not tapping Skrelv because they really want to Fading Hope one of those cards. And if they want, I think they will be super behind very quickly. Perfect. Oh boy, I tell you, man, they really don't like our... They really do want the Fading Hope. That was way harder to say than I thought. Alright, I mean, I'm going first with Thalia. I'm such a great player. So the question is, do we want to protect the Thalia or maximize the damage? Especially with Vanguard. I still like Thalia. I hope our opponent is a control deck, because then it's a better play. If he's aggro, it's a worse play, I feel. Lay down us, you know what? That's okay. That's actually really okay, because now I can go with Thalia, which means that it will be harder for him to remove, and there's... like, he shouldn't have Lay Down Arms again. He might, but he shouldn't. Alright. Alright. So we can trade with this one. If he wants to get rid of Thalia, the token is here. And if he wants to kill the token, which probably is the case, I mean, then Thalia is... Oh boy, I love it. Please do it. Perfect. Alright, with the Vanguard and Officer, like, we should be really going ahead. He has more value in the hand, but we have insane temp. Oh, bro, that's not the play. Also, that's not the card for this deck. Okay, that's a good attempt, but I don't think it will be good enough anyway. He had it. Man, somehow they always have like multiples of their best cards in top 10 cards. Like, I already seen Life of Toshiro Mezawa and duplicates together with double Go for the Throat in like 10 cards. Skrelv's Hive. Alright, this is an insane draw, by the way. It probably is the best draw of the deck, honestly. We might get swept, but it is what it is. I need to go for maximum damage because they play some weird kind of deck. Alright, is that enough to kill them? Not sure, not sure. Land definitely not what we need, so let's draw a card and see if we can pump everything a little bit. Not much of a choice. They can, oh, they can only block one of the creatures. Man, for some reason I always miss this. So they can block 2 creatures, so this and this, so it's 6 damage. Which means we kill them. Man, I nearly missed it. Oh man, the comments would be wild then. Alright, so he can block Adeline here, and the here, and it's 8 damage, because we are good at magic. He also gets 1 damage from the hive. Even despite having double laydown arms and a first striker, and into Sanctuary Warden, he still lost, man. Because we were on the play, probably. Alright, opponent goes first. It's acceptable hand, definitely not great. Show me. He did it on purpose, and you know it. So, because it's mono red on the play, we have really high chance of losing this one, especially with Skrelv as the one draw, because it cannot block. Mono red is one of the matchups where it gets the most punishing. His draw is of course perfect on the play, so that's why they probably said hello, because they know that whatever they do, they will probably still win. Alright. Do I attack? Of course I will. Right? I'm definitely not paying life, so we might as well starting to make damage. So Guardian is really good just because it slows down a lot of stuff, but yeah. The classic red card though. Alright. Man, they seem to be playing like speedrunning the game. That's not a good attack, bro. This is literally what I want. Yeah, that's what I thought. So, they will lightning strike something and tap this. So not perfect. I don't think it's worth 2 damage, so we are not blocking. I don't think anything matters because he was on the play. So as you can see, even when you play aggro, mono red still will win most of the time on the play if they have this kind of crazy draw. Like, they have card advantage, they have insane tempo and perfect curve for 3 first cards. So what more can you ask, man? Do we attack with Guardian or try to wait with her? I definitely would love to attack with something just for the token, but then they block with Kumano, right? Unfortunately they can. So let's wait for now. I don't like, obviously we need to survive, we just need to play all those cards and that should be enough. Feldon annoying, a lightning strike, drawn for 2 mana, extremely annoying. But what can you do? Just red, you know, the classic red drawing insane amount of cards for no mana stuff. So they're going for the Swift Spear. I mean, sure. I will. So he wants the cards, but Feldon always gets the cards, basically. So he wants to burn me with air and just hit, you know, Nahiri Warcrafting. Not very good. We have Skrelv to counteract it, so we probably want to use it. The problem is that we want to probably play some creature. I think the Vanguard is a given, just because it buffs Adeline tokens as well. So let's go with the Vanguard first. And we will be able to Convoke, right? Which is okay, but probably... Oh, they have chosen the Mountain. Yeah, Nahiri Warcrafting is not good because they see Skrelv. I didn't pay attention to what he does, you know. I forgot that decisions for mono red players sometimes matter, so I usually just ignore them all. As you can see, like our opponent is ignoring the part of the gameplay where you block. So what do? We definitely want the Knight, right? Every extra damage might matter. Man, that's hard decision, because it makes us vulnerable. If he plays 1 creature, I will mute him in advance. If he plays 1 haste creature, and we tap everything except Adeline and the Knight, he can sneak extra damage this way, and it might be lethal. This is already on 5. How much do we deal on the next turn? He will block Adeline, right? Let's still go for it. I'm not sure if that's the winning play, but if we cannot kill him in one turn, we lose anyway. So we need to ramp up the pressure a little bit. And let's see what cards our Grandmaster of Magic has drawn. Cool. Perfect. I wonder. This doesn't really seem to be helping him too much. He probably really wants this mana, because... Well, I guess he cannot kill Adeline, he cannot kill Knight. He could kill after the block. Was it really worth the mana, bro? Like, you're hitting for 5. Alright. We probably want to sneak Adeline into the board. We won't block with anything, of course, because we cannot. And we need to kill him in one turn. So, we can sneak Adeline. So it means we probably want as many creatures as we can. And the highest amount of creatures is this. We don't want to pay the mana, so we need the white mana still. We don't need to really think about it. Red, I would guess. And we go for a full swing, because that's the only way we can try to win. So he's at 3, and he can block 2 creatures. So the game was extremely close. If we attacked with Skrelv, then he blocks Adeline and the whole plan doesn't work. So even though he was on the play with all the insane stuff, we nearly won it. But of course, against Mono Red, it all is about who is going first. Alright, opponent goes first, and I've seen this exact hand already today. 2 Cathars, 3 lands, Skrelv and Ossification. I already had this land and this hand, and I think I mulliganed it exactly the same. So it means I should mulligan this one as well, unless I think it's a creature deck. I will mulligan it again. Cool. It could be a land as well. So maybe I should keep the Knight, but I assume I don't need more value than this, hopefully. Alright, mono blue. If we're on the play, we probably would win because of Thalia. So I think it's good that we mulligan the first hand. Brutal Cathars wouldn't do anything really. Even though they switch to nighttime very nicely. Like, they just get countered, and even if they don't, like, they don't provide too much pressure at all. Oh, Azorius control. Alright, they faked it. Good for them. So there is a priority. Doesn't tell us anything about the counter spells, it tells us about... he should definitely take the damage. It's obvious that this kind of deck has a 2 mana play. So they don't want to do anything and they want to counter this, and after this we probably will lose. Yep, alright. Do you want to, I don't know, play this, make this appear? And, oh my god, that was pretty obvious choice, wasn't it? It's not like you can ignore Thalia. Cool, I wish I had cards from before. So, we are going white, hoping to get the Knight. We cannot attack, because of the Shark. Fateful Absence, sure. Interesting target though. And they definitely should not attack. And we'll try to prove it. What's that? It's a Syncopate. Unless they play Fading Hopes, but honestly I didn't see Control playing Fading Hopes since a very long time. Alright, so we definitely win on board. Let's see if that's a white mana into the populate. And they probably play Sunfall, especially if they like counters like this, but double white is here. It can be Emperor as well. Alright, they have a lot of tokens. When we stop applying pressure, they get them. So we need to be really aggressive right now. Fortunately, Adeline cannot die to Emperor.
This is what you get for hurting my
Interesting. That's a really good draw for us. So we will try to get the full value out of this. I think we just need to try to kill him in 2 turns. I don't see any other way. Do I try to attack with the token? What he wants to trade here. So let's get the Emperor, because it makes it awkward for him. We have like 1-2 turns before he stabilizes. Thalia gives you this turn, but when she's answered, because you are on the draw, they have way better shot at the situation. See, they took the Emperor one. Alright, this is the big turn. No Thalia, so Sunfall can happen. He loses the Shark, but he stabilizes the full board. 2 mana spent already. Not sure why he's doing it now. I don't see any benefit to it. Like one of them sure, because he might want to pump it, but rest? I mean, doesn't he like die? So I have 5 creatures. Alright, so he blocks this, this and this, right? Alright, so it's not yet. It's not yet. So I probably need to attack so he doesn't have good trades. I could also go Recruitment Officer. I could go for Knight, but it means I need to tap a lot of creatures. And that makes his Emperor a little bit better. He will be at 1, right? Yeah, I create 1 creature. I needed just 1 more creature somehow. So what? Yeah, he blocks everything, so this goes here, this goes here, and this goes here. Which means we only kill 1 creature and he gets 2 for free. It's not very good for us. I think we want to do this and just make sure that the next turn we can go absolutely crazy. This, and this, so he cannot kill 2 creatures we care about. And we get a decent value. I mean, yeah, sure. And do I want to attack him right now? He can double trade, and I can kill only 1 creature, so it's probably not the thing. So if I attack, I make a token here, and if he wants to double trade against Adeline, he needs to sacrifice the Seed Shark. I think it's okay, because it makes it a bit awkward, and I still get extra creature possibly. So if he wants to double block, this needs to block here, so I trade here, and I trade here. So he is getting 1 creature, and this board is enough to force a sweeper anyway, because otherwise he dies. Alright, this block. Alright, so we get a free trade. And he just realized the problem with the blocking. Yep, that's how he wants, and he needs to sacrifice stuff. I will kill the Seed Shark, of course. So he cannot get more stuff. Now he literally needs land into sweeper or he loses. And that's the best you can hope for. It's all about those top decks, man. If he drew 2 good cards that he needed, he would win the game. He didn't, so I won the game. Yeah, the Aggro dream.